Inside.
For clothes that Tristan lost. Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener like spray relief.
It's been 8 years since Amber Tuccaro went missing after leaving a hotel here in Nisku to catch a ride into Edmonton.
You're about to hear something most cases never give us. Not blurry footage, not a rumor, a voice. His voice.
Yo, we're not going in the city, are we?
We're going.
No, we're not.
Yes.
Then what are these roads going to?
50th Street.
50th Street. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
This is the sound of a real abduction as it happens. And 15 years later, this man has never been caught. He's out there somewhere, and he knows we can hear him. Before the recording, before the headlines, before the grainy footage of the field where she was found, there was Amber. Amber Alyssa Tuccaro was born January 3rd, 1990. She was a proud member of the Mikisew Cree First Nation, funny, fierce, and deeply protective of the people she loved. She had a 1-year-old son, Jacob, who went everywhere with her. On August 17, 2010, Amber left Fort McMurray, Alberta, for Edmonton with Jacob and her friend. A friend whose name has been redacted in police records and official reports. But for the purposes of this account, let's call her Eva. Amber, Jacob, and Eva were planning to spend a few days visiting, then head back home. Nothing about the trip seemed unusual. They checked into a hotel near Edmonton International Airport that evening. But by the next night, Amber was gone. Sometime between 7:30 and 8 p.m. on August 18, 2010, Amber accepted a ride from an unknown man while trying to get into the city of Edmonton. She climbed into his car. Her cell phone remained connected to her brother's landline, a line that's always recorded because at the time, Amber's brother is incarcerated. An open call that would accidentally, or very intentionally, record the final moments of her life. She wasn't running away. She wasn't meeting someone. She was simply hitching a ride. And it's here, in this split-second decision, that everything turns. We don't know exactly what made her get into that car, but we do know what happened next, because we can hear it. The call begins innocently. Amber had called her brother before accepting the ride. When she got into the stranger's car, she didn't hang up. That open line would capture something almost no murder investigation ever gets: a real-time recording of an abduction in progress. What you're about to hear next is the full, unedited portion of the call provided by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. A 1-minute segment of a nearly 17-minute phone call that, to this day, remains unreleased.
We're just heading south of Beaumont, or north of Beaumont.
We're heading north of Beaumont. Yo, where are we going? No, this is a... Are you fucking kidding me? You better not take me anywhere I don't want to go. I want to go into the city. Jeez. Yo, we're not going in the city, are we?
We're going.
No, we're not.
Yes.
Then where the fuck are these roads going to?
To 50th Street.
50th Street. Are you sure?
Absolutely.
Yo, where are we going?
50th Street.
50th Street?
50th Street.
East, right?
East.
Over town.
Bravo.
South.
That release portion of the call starts with the man's voice. He's calm. A bit too calm. And immediately realizes he's made a mistake. Amber wanted to go about 40 miles north to Edmonton, but he says they're headed south of Beaumont, because they are, and immediately tries to recover.
We're just heading south of Beaumont, or north of Beaumont.
During the call, the car turns down a rural road just outside Nisku, Alberta. There's no traffic, no witnesses, just the hum of the tires and two voices on the line.
We're just heading south of Beaumont, or north of Beaumont.
Killers, conmen, and fraudsters commonly use a set of techniques known as cold reading, typically known as the rapid analyzing of someone's physical traits and their own words. Each are used as ammunition for their ultimate goal, to get you to be a willing participant in your own deception.
We're just heading south of Beaumont, or north of Beaumont.
This man knows he's messed up, and after quickly correcting himself, allows her to do most of the talking, while simply just repeating what she wants to hear.
Yo, where are we going?
50th Street.
50th Street?
50th Street.
East, right?
East.
It's not just what he says, it's the way he says it. Over and over. Flat. Unbothered. Like he's already made up his mind. This call is one of the clearest, most disturbing pieces of evidence ever released in any murder investigation. And the man speaking on that tape has never come forward. Think about that. His voice has been played on the national news, shared online, analyzed by investigators. He's heard it. And still, nothing. That call was recorded and in the hands of prison enforcement on August 18th, 2010. You'd think the police would immediately begin a manhunt and ask for the public's help in locating Amber. You would be wrong. On August 19th, 2010, the day after Amber disappeared, her family reported her missing to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They expected urgency, search teams, roadblocks. Instead, they got silence. The RCMP officer who took the report allegedly told Amber's mother not to worry, that Amber was probably just out partying. Amber's family was notified that she was labeled a runaway because there was simply no evidence that she was taken or harmed. No immediate investigation was launched, and no ground search was conducted. So Amber's family, they began their own search. They handed out flyers, called hospitals, and walked the rural roads themselves. For 4 days, police didn't even add Amber's name to the official missing persons database. And then, they did something that's almost impossible to comprehend. Evidence collected from Amber's hotel room, her clothing and personal belongings, were thrown away. Discarded. Gone. The RCMP later admitted they got rid of evidence because they thought she was a runaway. Not a murder victim, not a young mother in danger. In those early days, the window when abduction cases are often solved, the trail went cold. Evidence was missed. Witnesses weren't found. And the man whose voice we can all hear slipped away. 2 years later, on September 1st, 2012, human remains were found on a rural property in Leduc County, just a few miles from where Amber was last heard. Dental records confirmed it was her. 20 years old. A mother. Her skull and partial bones were discovered by horseback riders, the very same fields the RCMP had ignored back in 2010. The police later admitted their initial investigation was deficient. In 2018, they issued a formal apology to Amber's family. But by then, crucial forensic evidence was gone forever. And the original officers who mishandled the case were never publicly disciplined. Think about what was lost. They had his voice. They had a location. They had a time. And instead of a manhunt, they chose assumptions. At best, authorities had no idea what was left on that prison voicemail and discovered it 745 days later simply because they hadn't looked. This wasn't just a failure. It was a betrayal. After Amber's case stalled, Vivian Tuccaro became the investigator no one else would be. She called police stations, journalists. Many of those calls went unanswered. She started posting on Facebook, creating the page Justice for Amber Tuccaro. At first, it was updates. Then it became evidence. Every inconsistency, every denial, every time information was lost, she posted it. She was piecing together her daughter's story from fragments the police discarded. They told her to stop calling. They told her to move on. She didn't. In recent years, she was in and out of hospitals with a brain tumor. Surgeries, radiation, and chemo. Every night she'd open her laptop, the glow of the screen the only light in the room. She was tired, but she was angry too. Not just at what happened to Amber, at what happened after. At the stone walls, at the polite voices that told her nothing. Then came the message that made her stomach drop. Someone said they'd found something of Amber's. Not in a field, not in a ditch, inside a building. Vivian had received a message telling her a secondhand story that Amber's First Nation card, the very identification she kept inside her wallet the night she was killed, was found inside a hockey rink near Leduc years earlier. She asked the police who found it. She asked when. She questioned whether it had been found in someone's bag or locker, or placed in the stands to be found, to taunt the family. The police said they couldn't tell her. She had spent years being denied Amber's truth, and now she was being denied her own. She posted the photo in 2021, proof that the evidence kept turning up long after the police had stopped looking. She called it unacceptable. She said that every time something appeared, the explanations, they vanished. She fought in every way until her body couldn't anymore, and unfortunately, she died just recently, in the summer of 2025, still waiting on answers that never came. For years, she uploaded Amber's photo, the same smile, the same caption, "Please help us find her killer." Comment after comment, strangers offering prayers, others offering theories. Names began appearing. Someone always had a story. Someone always had a lead. On Reddit and Facebook, users pieced together screenshots and grainy photos. One showing Amber with the man they called John, who people heard had given her a ride the night she disappeared, complete with a make, model, and description of his car. Others went deeper, tracking a registered sex offender who went by Pat Carson, also known as Ed Flynn and Bill O'Brien. A man already convicted, already labeled high risk to reoffend with violence toward girls and women. Then came the screenshots from Kijiji, Canada's version of Craigslist, listings supposedly made by that same man. The pictures are unsettling. The kind of images that make your pulse slow for a second before you realize you're holding your breath. People began connecting dots that maybe weren't dots at all, but the reason they kept searching was simple, because no one else was. Vivian tried to keep up. She answered every message, every rumor. She told the world she believed those men might know something. But without police confirmation, she was left shouting into a void that never answers back. The police issued statements. They said they were reviewing the leads. They said that they were still hopeful. They said a lot of things. But one thing they've never said, not once, is who that voice belongs to. It's October of 2025, and Amber Tuccaro's case is still unsolved. Her family lives with unanswered questions. And somewhere out there, he's listening. We know what Amber sounded like. We know what fear sounds like when it's trying to stay calm. But what about him? The man in the car. His voice has been dissected by investigators, journalists, amateur sleuths, anyone who's ever heard the tape. It's not heavily accented. He's not disguising himself. He's comfortable. Some experts have said his speech patterns are typical of central Alberta. The police believe the man is familiar with the Nisku area, which is why he knew exactly where to take Amber. Others point to the way he says back road, like someone who's done this before. And here's the most haunting part. This audio has been played across Canada and beyond. It's been broadcast on television, uploaded online, viewed millions of times. He's heard it. If he's somehow innocent, he's had over a decade to clear his name. But he hasn't. Cowards hide. Killers watch. And some of them like it. The RCMP have said they believe someone out there recognizes the voice. It's too distinct. Someone has sat across from this man at dinner, bought him a drink at a bar, heard him talk at work, in passing, at a gas station. Somebody knows. This isn't a fuzzy silhouette or a sketch artist's best guess. It's audio evidence. He knows we can hear him, and for 15 years, he's chosen to stay hidden in plain sight, listening to himself on the news, maybe even enjoying it. Because chances are, he's not haunted by the tape. He's empowered by it. If you recognize this man's voice, even faintly, if you heard someone say something years ago that now doesn't sit right, if you know anyone who drove those back roads outside Nisku in the summer of 2010, call the RCMP at 780-412-5424 or contact Crime Stoppers anonymously at 1-800-222-8477. To Amber's family, I'm sorry that in your most dire hour of need, you were dismissed and ignored. I hope you can rest easier knowing that you've done everything in your power to make sure this doesn't happen to another family again. And to the man on that tape, if you're listening, just know this: you will be found.